Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to my channel, Transform with Ryan, where I am bringing you that light whenever there are shadows. Now, in this Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are going to be taking a close look at a very special event, the Taurus Solar Eclipse, and we're going to see what new chapter is beginning in your life. So let me just take a step back and let you all know that at least in the United States, the Taurus Solar Eclipse is going to be exact on April 30th. You may need to take a look at your local timetable to see when it goes exact where you will be, because for some of you it may actually be on May 1st, depending on where you live on the planet Earth. So let me tell you a little bit more about this solar eclipse. So basically, solar eclipses in general happen 2, maybe 3 times a year, and it takes the place at the same time of a new moon. So we have a new moon, and for those of you that have been following this channel or work with the moon energy and the moon cycles, the new moon is a perfect time to set intentions, set goals, all right? Now, what's so special about a new moon solar eclipse is the energy is amplified. So there's a lot more support, there's a lot more opportunities during these new moon that are solar eclipses, okay? And so in an eclipse window, which is a pair of a new moon solar eclipse and a full moon lunar eclipse. So in that window, there's a lot of change that can happen that's very impactful, especially on the soul level. So a lot of major shifts within someone's life tends to occur during these time frames, all right? So let's speak a little bit about this new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Taurus over here. So happy birthday to all of you, first of all, who have birthdays during Taurus season. So happy birthday. One of my very good friends is a Taurus, and we recently celebrated his birthday in Mexico. It was truly lovely and a very wonderful time. So Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac. Aries is the first. Taurus is a sign that speaks to having our needs met. And when our needs met, we feel safe, we feel stable, we feel secure, we feel loved. So the sign of Taurus really speaks a lot to self-love, self-worth. What are the things that you value? What are the things that you need in life to be happy, to experience, love and joy, peace, bliss, all right? And the Taurus energy, it's an earth sign. So Taurus is very strongly in tune with your body, your physical vessel. So paying attention to your physical body over the next few weeks here is going to be very important. And also grounding yourself. Grounding your energies, calming your energies are going to be really important during this time as well. So the topics that I really want to highlight is this self-worth and self-love, all right? So what's really interesting is that with this new moon solar eclipse, we have the new moon at 10 degrees of Taurus. Now, what was in 10 degrees of Taurus for quite a stretch of time was actually the planet Uranus. All right. And so Uranus was hovering around 10 degrees of Taurus from July 2020 until February 2022. So that is like nearly 2 whole years that it was in this positioning. It's probably more like, closer to 1.5-ish years that Uranus was at 10 degrees of Taurus. And what Uranus does is Uranus shakes things up. It brings in sometimes chaos, disruptive energy. It throws you off guard. There's these surprises that happen in life, sometimes not so great, but sometimes pretty interesting and fun. And what Taurus does is break down the things in your life that are ready to kind of be removed. Okay, it breaks down some things that probably aren't working as well for you anymore or will not be beneficial for you moving forward. So I'm sure you can think of at least a few things in your life that happened that were quite disruptive and brought a little bit of chaos into your life between July 2020 and February 2022. So, what does that even mean? Why are we even talking about this stuff? Well, because from this breakdown of certain structures in your life, maybe certain relationships in your life, maybe there's even a shift in your career, right? Or your faith, your spirituality, your belief systems. From all of this, you were able to see a bit more clearly what exactly is important to you. Okay, so think back again at the troubles and the stressful times you have experienced from July 2020 until February 2022, and think about what you've learned, what lessons you've learned from all that disruption, from all those unexpected twists and turns and surprises, because from that, those lessons, from those experiences, you're learning what is really important to you. What do you value? Okay? Like if you had to give up 90% of the things that you have, what is the 10% of the things that you have that you will keep with you? All right? That's what we're learning about values. And in turn, how do you value yourself? How do you show up in the world and demonstrate to other people and also to yourself that, hey, I'm worth it. I'm worthy. I deserve that. This belongs to me. This is mine. And I love myself. I have patience for myself. I nurture myself. Taurus is actually a sign that really enjoys the finer things in life. They're really rooted in the physical senses. So they like things that taste good, sound good, look good, smell good, feel good. And do you nourish those things? Do you allow those things into your life that help you feel good overall? Do you think you're worth it? All right. So really, really big core values and core beliefs here that we're starting to work with this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. All right. It really sets the tone for those of you that are familiar with law of attraction as to what you're going to be manifesting moving forward in your life once this chapter begins. Because I've said this before on this channel, but for those of you that may not have heard it or need a reminder, you attract what you are, not what you want. So the more you love yourself, the more you value yourself, the more value and love comes into your life. Does that make sense, my loves? It's a very, very important concept, and there's a lot of different ways you're going to interact with that concept over the course of your life, probably over the course of the next coming weeks even, that's going to give you a deeper understanding of that and how you embody that, okay? How you embody self-love, how you act upon self-love and valuing yourself truly. Now, the planet that rules Taurus is the planet Venus. A lot of people know it as the planet of love. So what does this mean when it comes to this new moon solar eclipse? So you're going to see a lot of new beginnings again in showing up for yourself, showing yourself that you value. You're going to act in a way that really respects and honors who you truly are and how you truly see yourself and your place in the world. All right? And that's going to create that stability, that framework for you moving forward. And Venus right now is in the sign of Pisces. And so Venus is doing a lot of clearing out. Okay? What is Venus clearing out exactly? So Venus is the sign of relationships and also the sign of love, right? So some of you may be noticing that there's going to be a lot of shifts and changes within your interpersonal relationships, okay? So I'm not just talking about marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, life partner, domestic partner, whatever. Not just that, but it's like with your family members, with your friends, with your coworkers. Any type of relationship you have with another person is going to go through an extreme makeover, all right? And what's happening is there's going to be a clearing of relationships that do not honor your current view on yourself, that doesn't honor how you value yourself, how you love yourself. So people who don't resonate with that, who don't love you the way that you love yourself, who don't value the way you value yourself, they're going to be sort of gradually cleared away. And that's going to make space here in the coming weeks and months for relationships that match your vibration, match your frequency to come into your life, to this new version of you that you are embodying. And it's really important for you to understand Venus is also a very receptive energy. All right. So how do you receive love? How do you share love? How do you acknowledge the things that people do for you? Okay? And the things that people offer you. Do you accept it, or do you kind of deny it? Or you say, no, I'm good. I don't need that. All right? Hope that makes sense a little bit to you, my loves. And one thing that would be good to note as well is relationships with feminine energy, so women or female identified persons, those are going to be highlighted during this time as well, because Venus is representative of the divine feminine and Mars is representative of the divine masculine. So it's not really speaking to simply just sex, it's just that feminine energy. But you'll see that a lot of your relationships with women are going to be shifted and changed here in particular. All right? So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. So that's a little bit of the astrology. And I just love sharing this astrological information because we are, pieces of the universe. We are made of the stars. And I find it very comforting, and it kind of just makes sense to me personally that we are affected by the movements of these big celestial bodies, these planets, these floating rocks, if you will, all around in our galaxy. And looking at the astrology helps us have a better understanding of the energies around us and the events that are transpiring around us and our place within this, crazy hodgepodge of energy and entities on this planet. So anyways, let me calm down with the woo-woo-ness here and let's get to the pick a card part, okay? To get some specific messages for you with this Taurus new moon solar eclipse. So I shuffled the cards earlier from my Moonology deck, and so these are your options, all right? So take a look here at these different cards, these different images. You can even see the messages here on the bottom of the card. Take a look at that as well if that helps you, and see which card or cards are calling to you. So meditate a little bit, feel into the energies, feel into your spirit, and see which card is calling to you to give you some messages on what new chapter is beginning in your life with this new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. That again is happening on April 30th, 2022 for at least the United States of America, that part of the globe. It could be May 1st for some of you other lovely Star Fam members that are on the other side of the globe from the US. So you'll see in the description you'll see in the description box down below the timestamp to go to your reading. I will see you there, my loves. Hey, Star Fam. Hey again, thank you so much for coming back to another video here at Transform with Ryan and learning a little bit about the astrology that's going on here. April 30th/May 1st with this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. So welcome back. And for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm so glad to have you here. I hope you learned a little bit with the introduction, and I'm sending a very warm welcome and aloha. Do let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments down below. So let's get into your reading here. You were drawn to the full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. So what is going on with this energy from this card specifically is that what I'm sensing for many of you is you've sort of been in this limbo energy, and you've been trying to patiently wait for some movement, some direction, some excitement, kind of like a jump start, and it's coming now, all right? Because we have this new chapter beginning in our lives with this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. So the answers are coming. I'm going to pull some tarot. I'm sensing that's going to give us a lot more information about what this answer is, what this situation is that's coming in. But what I'm also getting here is because we have this full moon in Gemini, so we have these two women here, kind of like the twins. Gemini is the twins, is really this transformation of you into someone else. So it's like you look the same, you look like the same person, but your energy is completely different moving forward. All right. So you are definitely, for you, my loves, you're going to feel something very much internally with this new moon solar eclipse. You're going to feel different on the inside. You're going to look at things differently. You're going to respond and react to things differently in the world than you would have previously, prior to this new moon solar eclipse. And I feel like there was something else I was sensing, but it's kind of fuzzy right now. So why don't we just draw some cards here, some tarot cards here, to get more information on what answer you need is coming through. Let's get some more information on that, and some more information on the energies specifically for you as well that we're drawn to this full moon in Gemini. So what I'm also sensing now as I'm shuffling is, do you see how this moon here is blue in color? So, and you have full moon in Gemini, so we have that air sign energy as well. So a big part of you, your life path moving forward now, is really communicating your self-worth, your self-value. So standing up for yourself and letting people know, like, this is how you like being treated. This is how you like being spoken to. These are the things you like to eat, you like to do, you like to feel. And not sort of keeping that to yourself, or being a bit passive about it. And by speaking up for yourself and saying how you're honestly feeling, that's how you're showing you're valuing yourself. All right, does that make sense? So that's another way of showing you love and value yourself, is by expressing how you would like to be treated, how you would like people to interact with you. Yes, yes. Okay, so what do we have here? Ooh, the Lovers card. So definitely for some of you, there is something related to romance is what I'm sensing here, all right? And really having some communication, some conversations with your romantic partner about how the relationship is making you feel. Do you feel stable? Do you feel secure in the relationship? Or do things seem a little bit off to you? Or maybe is there, what I'm getting for some of you is that maybe you're questioning, like, should I be in this relationship? Do I feel loved and cared for and appreciated in this relationship? Is this relationship something I value, or did I maybe grow out of it? Okay, so those are some things that are going to, you are encouraged to reflect upon to start this new chapter, this new beginning in your life. So next I have the Five of Swords. So yes, there definitely needs to be release. There's been a lot on your mind here, a lot of thoughts that have been a bit, panicked. There's been some reflection on the pains and the hurts that you've been experiencing in the past couple of years here. And now is an opportunity for you to really see if there's some actions you can take that will prevent these types of situations that cause you pain and hurt from happening again. All right. And so, again, I'm sensing for a lot of you, this has to do with a relationship that you're in. All right. It's time for this relationship to have maybe a fresh start, if that's possible. Or perhaps it's time for you to be in a new relationship. Okay, so only you are going to be able to determine that for yourself, because again, this is a general reading. But it's important for you, again, to come back to these themes of Taurus. How do you want to be loved? How do you value yourself? How do you show love for yourself? How do you yeah, that's, I mean, I'm like trying to think of another way to say it, but I think that really much covers it. We have the Three of Cups here. So not only in love, but we're looking at a lot of your friendships as well. All right. So maybe many of you have been contemplating whether or not you should stay friends with somebody, or you should explore a new friendship even further, like connect even more, spend more time together, bond more. So you'll get the signs and the information you need very, very soon here. All right. Something they're going to say, something they're going to do is going to tip you off and cue you as to whether or not this is a relationship that you'd like to keep in your life, a relationship that you'd like to nourish, or if it's a relationship that you need to kind of pass on, you need to let go of, you need to move on from. We have the Seven of Swords here. And so definitely this energy speaks to some trickery, some deceit. So the answers that you're wanting and you're needing is that this trickery, this deceit, the dishonesty, the lies are going to be exposed. All right. So if there is anybody lying to you, being dishonest to you, again, whether a friend or a lover, that truth is going to come out, and that's going to help you make the decisions. All right. Or perhaps maybe you suspected them of being dishonest or cheating on you or lying to you or whatever, and you're going to get the information you need to find out that no, actually they weren't lying to me. Okay. That could be another scenario. Again, since this is a general reading. We also have the Four of Cups here. So if you do find yourself in a position where a relationship is not a good fit for you anymore, there is going to be a little bit of sadness. There's going to be a little bit of mourning for the good times that you had that are, coming to a close as you step away from this relationship. But again, we're making space here. And if someone isn't honoring you, someone isn't respecting you, my loves, then you really don't need them around. You don't. As you elevate, as you ascend, as you grow and evolve, it's natural that some people aren't going to be able to keep up with you. It's natural that some people are going to be on a different path than you are, and it's okay to send them off, in love and light, and you go on your way. You honor yourself, you honor your path moving forward. Yeah, so normally the energy on this channel is like super uplifting and super positive and exciting and funny and happy. But what I'm sensing here is, for a new chapter to begin, the previous chapter has to end. And sometimes, y'all, sometimes people just aren't invited back to be on season 2 of your life show. Season 2, season 3, season 4, they're not invited to come back to the show. Like, their storyline has finished in your life, and it's time for them to move on, right? Be on another show, because they're not going to be on your show anymore. So let's get some messages for you, okay, loves? Let's see what we got here. Some messages from your angels, your guides, your guardians that are seeing you through this huge shift in your life with the solar eclipse, this huge change, this new chapter that's beginning here, that's more aligned with who you are. Yeah, that was Spirit telling me stop shuffling already. Can do, Spirit, can do. So we have Ascension. Oh, we were just talking about you evolving and growing. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. So don't be afraid, my loves. Things, whatever it is that's coming to an end here, it's because it's time. It's time. Greater things are on their way, all right? Magnificence, you are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. I need you to type this out, my beautiful card one crew. Type out, I am amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, I am enough. That's an affirmation for you to carry with you forward. And what an appropriate card to come out with this Taurian energy, this Venusian Venus energy we got. And lastly, choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. So within this new chapter, this new beginning, it's time to choose. Who do you want on your journey with you? Who do you want to share time and space with and energy with moving forward? All right? Time to make a choice, my loves, and choose yourself. So those are your readings, those are your energies for this Taurus new moon solar eclipse. If it resonated with you, if you liked it, if you enjoyed any part of it, please make sure to like and comment down below. If you enjoyed the energies here on this channel and you are not yet subscribed, I do invite you to do so. And if you are one of those people who really do value energetic exchanges, for readings and such, you can donate by clicking on the link in the description box below the video, or you can just let the ads play whenever you watch a video here on YouTube. Now, if you're ready for another reading, though, there is a link right up here in the top right corner to take you to another reading here on this channel. So I'm wishing you all a very, very blessed and wonderful new moon solar eclipse in Taurus coming up. Sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Until next time, bye. Hey there, Star Fam! Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. We're going to get a little bit more personal, a little bit more direct with how this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus is going to be affecting you, impacting your life, and get some clues too as what this new chapter that is beginning in your life is all about. I trust that you got something out of the opening and the intro of this video kind of explaining the astrology, so we're going to take it onto that personal level. And for those of you that are new to this channel, I am sending you a big warm welcome and aloha. So happy that you found your way here to Transform with Ryan. Do let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments down below, okay, loves? So you were drawn to this full moon in Capricorn, and it says here, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Ooh, what good news is that? So I'm sensing that you probably more so than some of the other piles or other readings for this video have had a tough go of it in the last, few months, last year or so, that you've really, life dealt you a really challenging hand, to say the least. And I'm sensing for many of you, there was a lot of sadness, a lot of grief, and a lot of loss. Okay, it could have been perhaps someone you loved and cared about passed away, perhaps you lost a job, perhaps you broke up with someone that you've been in a romantic relationship for quite some time, perhaps you lost some friends, perhaps your health took a bit of a hit. So Spirit is saying that, hey, with this new moon solar eclipse, it's sort of like this renewal, this rebirth, this new beginning. Tough times are going to be behind you, all right? So this is wonderful, wonderful news, and I'm so happy for all of you that you're going to be able to catch a break here, that you're going to leave these really tough energies behind. And, there's the saying that I often like to come back to, that once you reach rock bottom, there's only one direction to go, right? That direction is up, up, up. So the tough times are behind you. You've weathered the storm, you've survived it, and now it's time to start getting everything back together, rebuilding, and building something stronger is what I'm getting. Capricorn is not afraid of hard work. Capricorn is not afraid of following all the step-by-step processes to create a wonderful, strong, solid, long-lasting foundation. So this is wonderful. The work isn't over yet, but at least the tough part is done with. Yeah, that's good news. I think it's good news anyway. So you can breathe a sigh of relief, my beautiful card 2 crew, because a lot more easier times are ahead of you. So let's get the tarot out to get more information here pertaining to you and this new chapter that's beginning in your life with the new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. So we have 10 of Swords. There we go. It's an ending. So the end of this tough cycle approaches. And do you see how in this particular deck we have the Phoenix here? So the Phoenix is going to be reborn, all right? So once, it's like the cycle of life. It's birth, growth, death. Birth, growth, death. Birth, growth, death, all right? So you're at that you're at that phase now where you're experiencing that sort of death energy, things coming to an end, things leaving, things moving out. And what I'm getting called to by Spirit is to really take some time to yourself. If you can, take a whole day to yourself to just kind of recharge, be alone with your thoughts, process things a little bit, integrate things a little bit. If you're a big fan of baths, I'm getting called to highly suggest you take a nice warm bath for 10, 20 minutes. If you like bubble baths, if you like sea salt baths, if you like bath bombs, oh my God, I love bath bombs. This would be a great thing to do on or around this new moon solar eclipse. And again, for people in the United States, that's on April 30th. Next, we have the Knight of Cups coming through here. So definitely for many of you, what I'm sensing is there was a loss of some type of relationship in your life. And what I'm getting is for some of you, it feels like it's a really long time coming. Like you probably weren't happy with this friendship, this relationship. It could even be a family member that you've had to maybe live with during, the pandemic. That this chapter is coming to a close. It was really, really hard for you to kind of be in this relationship space because perhaps you guys just weren't seeing eye to eye. I have to say during this time in the past couple of years, it's been very polarizing and a lot of people were taking sides, and I think a lot of people were very shocked as to which side their loved ones have, took, because it was opposite to the side that they took, right? So there's this polarizing effect that really broke down a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships. And so it seems to me like it's clear for a lot of you that this isn't something that necessarily is going to be salvaged, nor is this relationship meant to be salvaged. It could be that, this relationship served its purpose by this point in your life and it's time to move on. Not to say that this person can't come back in your life later on, but for now it's time to part ways. That's what I am sensing for many of you. We have the Ace of Coins. Hey, oh my God, I'm so happy to see this. So definitely for many of you, this symbolizes a new career opportunity, new job. Some type of gift could be coming your way as well, and it could be related to material things. So a new cell phone, a new television, a new car, a new laptop, a new computer, new sunglasses, new purse, right? Something like that. And for others of you, this could be a new job, a new opportunity for income into your life, all right? So just be open to that. Be open to receiving these new values, these new objects of worth and importance, okay? Sorry for that pause, my loves. My nephew came in to let me know that it's time to eat. So I do want to make sure, though, that we finish this reading. That's important to me right now. So wonderful, wonderful news. You have this new opportunity to expand your wealth, increase your wealth coming in here. And, I would say this is a great consequence of you showing how much you value yourself, you showing how much you love yourself. So what do I mean by that? So If you're in a relationship, whether it's romantic, family, or a work relationship, right, and you don't feel like you're being valued or treated in a way that reflects how much you love yourself, how highly you think of yourself, right? Like someone's taking advantage of you, they're putting you down, they're making you feel, undeserving, un or not valuable. I almost said invaluable, and that's like totally not what I was trying to say. Then and you choose to step away from that situation, then the universe is like, oh, hey, this person really values themselves. They're not going to put up with any mess. They're not going to put up with anybody's crap. They're going to leave a situation that's not treating them well, and they're going to seek a situation that will. And this is the return. This is the consequence of you choosing yourself and to value yourself. The universe is going to give you something of value as a response. Does that make sense? I love that. Oh my God, I just love this so much for you guys. I think it's high time that you got this, right? I mean, I don't like it when people feel like they're not being treasured and treated like the beautiful, wonderful being that they are. We have the Page of Cups here, so this can definitely speak to new love, new relationships, okay? Because we have this cute little puppy. It's so adorable here. So I'm sensing that there is, as this tough cycle ends, this tough relationship ends, someone else is going to come into your life that's like way more fun, way more a vibrational match to who you are. And I get the sense you're really going to enjoy this connection, okay? And we have the Devil. Ooh, yes. So it's here on this side with the Ten of Swords. So this is just kind of coming back to the idea of feeling restricted in relationships or situations that you found yourself in, and this call to be free, of that situation. And the way to be free of it is to leave it behind, to end it, okay? So wherever it is that you feel constricted, wherever it feels like you're feeling trapped or like you're a slave to someone else's desires, to someone else's, whims, that's the situation you need to move on, okay? If that wasn't clear to you before, I hope this card will make it even more clear to you now that you should not be in any places where you are not valued, where you are not appreciated, where you are not loved, where you are not respected. That is not the hot spot, honey. That's not where you need to be hanging out or spending your time. There are better places around, better people around that you could be giving your time and energy to. And what's interesting too is the Devil card is actually also the card of Capricorn. So for some of you, Capricorn is representative of the father figure, okay? So it could be some male, some man in your life that you need to really establish clear boundaries on, and if they can't abide by these boundaries, then you need to leave that person behind. They could also be obviously like a Capricorn, right? They could have a lot of chart placements in the sign of Capricorn, or their sun sign could be Capricorn as well. So you can look at it, again, general reading, right? So I just have to say everything that comes through, and not all of it will apply to you, but take what resonates with you and then just, forget the rest. So let's get some messages here from your higher self, from your guides, your guardians, your angels. This kind of like jumped out there. So let's get these messages through for you about this new chapter that is beginning in your life. And these came out, so we're just going to stop shuffling. So the first one that came out here is reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. So I just felt called to point out to you all that a lot of the people that we have in our life are reflections of pieces of ourselves, oftentimes subconscious versions of ourselves, okay? Subconscious aspects, because I've said this before on this channel, and you may have heard this, and if not, then this will be your first time, but it's a very important piece of knowledge and wisdom. You attract what you are, not what you want. And so you may want someone who's going to love and cherish you, but if you don't love and cherish yourself, you're not going to be able to attract someone who will love and cherish you. Does that make sense, my loves? So take a look at the people around you, and the people around you that don't fit into your life so wonderfully, so beautifully, so harmoniously anymore, those are parts of you that you've outgrown. Those are parts of you that have evolved to a higher frequency, to a higher level. And so it's time to leave those energies behind. Light. It is time to reveal your radiant light to the world. So there you go, Huns. Like, honor yourself. Let the world know what you're worth, what your value is, and that you love yourself. Meditation. Take a moment to connect to Source through quiet, reflective meditation. So you can definitely do that in the bathtub, like we were talking about earlier. But of course, if you prefer to do some type of movement meditation, whether that's a walking or yoga meditation, or just sitting in stillness, lying down in stillness, take some time. So definitely this is strongly coming through for you compared to the other reading I did, that you're going to need to take some quiet time during this new moon solar eclipse to kind of integrate and reflect. And then from there, you can chart your path moving forward. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful, wonderful reading here. I feel so empowered now. And I hope you do as well. So if you enjoyed this reading, it resonated with you on some level, any level, make sure to like and comment down below. And if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, but you really enjoy the energies here, what are you waiting for? Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any videos, okay, love? And if you do value some energetic exchanges when it comes to getting readings done, you can always donate. There's a link to the description in the description box below to donate, or simply just let the ads play whenever you watch a video here on YouTube, okay? And that can serve as an energetic exchange to continue to support content creation here at this channel. Now, if you're ready, there is a link right up here to go to another video for you to enjoy. But of course, maybe you want to take some time to journal and write about your reading and reflect on that now, and that's totally cool. And so until next time, I'm sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Have a beautiful and wonderful new moon solar eclipse, my dears. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam! Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And like I mentioned earlier, we are looking at this new moon solar eclipse energy in Taurus just for you with this personalized reading. Okay, so we're going to look at your energies in particular. And for those of you that are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sending you a warm aloha. I hope you all learned something from that introduction here and gave you some, food for thought and things to reflect on as far as what is the new moon all about. Now, of course, if you're new to this channel, do let me know where you're tuning in from, though. I'd love to hear from you. So let's get to your reading, though, here about what new chapter is beginning in your life with this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. And you chose full moon, surrender to the divine. And so what was interesting is I didn't bring this up in, my general explanation for the new moon energies, because I thought it was maybe it was a bit too much to go over, especially for people who are not quite familiar with astrology or just have sort of like a beginner's level knowledge. But Venus, so that's the planet that rules Taurus, is Venus. She is actually in the sign of Pisces. And Pisces energy is all about the divine, all about spirituality, connecting to God, Source, universe, Christ consciousness, whatever term you feel most comfortable using here, all right? And so for those of you that were drawn to this card in particular, I'm sensing that there has been a lot in the way of spiritual awakening for you in the past few months, in the past year, maybe two. And there's been a lot of learning. And some of that learning could definitely have been like from a class, from reading a book, watching YouTube videos. But a good chunk of that learning too is really learning about yourself, learning about your soul, learning about your spirit, your soul purpose, why you're here, and your value systems, of course, right? That's also Taurus energy. And a lot of people, they link up spirituality and religion with your sense of ethics and morals, right? And so there's been a lot of shifts in that regard for you. And what I'm sensing for those of you that were drawn to this third image here, this third card, is there has been this transformation of your whole belief on life. Like, what is reality to you? What do you believe is the capital T truth of existence and life on Earth and life in the galaxy? Like, there has been this breakdown with the Uranus energy from July 2020 to February 2022. There's been this breakdown of your belief systems and this rebuilding, so that what you believe, you can see it's accurate, you can see it's reflected, I should say, in your reality. Okay? So, really, really deep spiritual themes for you with this new chapter that's being ushered in with the new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. So let's get some tarot cards out though. Wow, this card just jumped out, and that actually popped out for another reading as well. So you might want to consider, this card came out for the second card. So you might want to consider checking out that reading if you were called to that one as well in the beginning, but you ended up coming to this one instead. You might want to check out that second reading here to get some more information on what's going on for you. So hold on a second. Let's do some more shuffles here, my loves. Okay, let's talk about this Devil card, okay? And what I'm sensing to pass on to you from Spirit, this is a little bit different than what I mentioned to the card 2 group. But what I'm getting to mention to you is, firstly, you know, we were talking about morals and ethics. And so there's been this shift in what you would categorize as right and wrong, good and bad, positive, negative. So this duality, this dynamic has shifted for you suddenly. And you're starting to notice that what you previously thought was negative is actually not true. It's not a negative, okay? So what could I mean by that? What is an explanation of that? Let me just use a simple one, okay? And perhaps you can relate to this concept, or you'll understand what I'm trying to convey to you. When I was younger, I grew up in the Catholic Church, in the Catholic faith system. And in Catholicism, I was raised to believe that being gay, lesbian was a sin. It was evil. It was bad. And as I grew up and I started to be made aware of my sexuality, and I started to question like who I am, why was I made here? Like, why was I created bad or faulty or evil? And what does that mean? And all those types of, you know, existential questioning that I honestly think people shouldn't be doing when they're like 10, 11, 12 years old. But, you know, I came to realize and see for me, the truth of reality is that love is love. And that being gay, being lesbian is not evil, it's not bad. And that once I kind of embraced that new belief system, the way I acted in the world, the way I carried myself in the world, the way I saw myself, and the way I valued myself radically changed. Okay? And so maybe for some of you, you're going through, or you have gone through something like that as well. Like maybe some of you had children before you were married or before you were ready, and it was a weight and a burden you carried, and you had some shame about that. And now it's time to release that shame, okay? Because you're not a bad person for having a child out of wedlock, for example. And maybe some of you, you made a mistake in the past and really hurt somebody, okay? And you carry that burden and that weight around with you. And Spirit is saying like, no, it's time to release that. Surrender that energy to the divine. Accept grace, accept forgiveness, accept a new lease on life, a new beginning, okay? No need to suffer anymore. And that's what the Devil card really represents, is this suffering. And that we as humans, we create our own suffering on this planet. Like no one else needs to come in and, you know, create suffering for us. We do a good enough job of it ourselves with our self-criticism, our self-judgment, the negative self-talk that we have, in our minds to ourselves. And Spirit is saying, no, my loves, no, 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 let that go already. Let it go. I'm feeling so like heartbroken, like my heart is feeling kind of squeezed for you because you've really been carrying this burden around with you a lot, and it's really inhibited you and restricted you from really stepping into your power and achieving all that you've wanted to achieve in life because you just felt like you didn't deserve it because of some past mistake or transgression or error or whatever that resulted in you feeling shame and guilt. So Spirit is saying now you can just let that go. This is a great time. The universe is supporting you. The cosmic energies, the divine source, God, your angels, your guides, they're all supporting you now in this release, this letting go of this shame, this pain, this guilt. Beautiful. So we have the Nine of Cups. And so you see this person here is dancing, and there's this beautiful castle here. And so this is what Spirit is offering you now. This is so weird. The word that's coming to me is salvation. So perhaps that carries some significance or some extra meaning to those of you that were drawn to this card. But Spirit is like, this new chapter is about salvation. This new chapter is about creating, blossoming, blooming, celebrating life now. No more living life as a shell of who you are. It's time to live life fully, abundantly, vibrantly. Ooh, the High Priestess. Yes. So what I'm sensing from this card to pass on to you is this is about divine feminine love, intuitive love, right? That what you were led to believe as right or wrong, those are the belief systems of society, of culture. Those were things passed on to you from someone else's belief system. But that doesn't necessarily mean it holds true for you, that it applies to your life. All right? So it's time for you to create your own moral structure, ethical system when it comes to just life in general and living your life. Okay? Writing down your ethics, your morals, your values, and not holding on to the beliefs and moral structures of other people. And you're going to do that on the intuitive level. So feel out with your heart and your spirit what is right for you. All right? The energy is good for that. The energy is really good for you to connect with Spirit. The messages you'll be receiving from your higher self are going to be a lot clearer here around this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. So take some time to yourself to really reflect on that, okay? And this High Priestess is in contrast to the Hierophant card, which is the more masculine presence when it comes to spirituality. So it's that masculine energy that, receives transmissions from the divine and teaches the messages to other people and tells people like, this is the rules, this is the protocol, this is how it's done. So that's very Hierophant energy when it comes to approaching spirituality and religion. And, the sort of rituals associated with spirituality and religion, that's Hierophant. But with High Priestess, it's all about feeling your connection to Spirit, your personal, individual connection to Spirit. All right? Does that make sense, my loves? Okay, let's get a couple more cards out here for you. We have the World coming here. So now you're getting a new lease on life. You're getting this new opportunity to explore the world, be a part of the world, interact with the world. And there's a lot of abundance that can come through for you now once you embrace life fully. Ooh, love it. Tower, there we go. Break down, release the crumbling of the prison, that this metaphorical, energetic, spiritual prison that you've been living in. It's time for that structure to collapse. It's time for it to come to an end. This cycle is like done. Out of here, out of here, out of here. So type down in the comments below this affirmation. I forgive myself and I receive grace. I forgive myself and I receive grace. I forgive myself and I receive grace. Ah, yes, my loves. Receive the grace of God, the grace of the divine, the grace of spirit, okay? There's no more need to suffer, huns. No more need to suffer. You've done enough of that. Time to be free now. We have ascension. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So there's no more need for these lower vibrations. You're ascending to the higher frequencies. You're becoming more of your true self. You're going to honor now your purpose for being in here in life. What good are you going to do now for yourself, for your loved ones, for the planet? Enough being in prison, enough making yourself suffer. It's time for you to step up, okay? Make amends, and start to give back. Be expansive, be abundance, and be a good presence, a positive presence here in the planet now, okay? Don't hide and cower anymore. Gaia, connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. So definitely a good option for many of you is to spend some time in nature, all right? Connect with earth, connect with land, connect with water, connect with even the animals, okay? Some of you, I'm getting the sense that some of you, maybe you've wanted to get a pet or you have a pet. Spend a lot more time with your pet. Feel the love and the energy from your pet. Maybe some of you even can consider like emotional support animals. I know they do that with dogs. I've seen that commonly, but they also do emotional support work with horses and sheep. I've seen that done as well. So you might want to explore that. There might be a class or a workshop near you that you can partake in. Observation. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where you were handed down this belief on what's right, what's wrong, how the world works, and now you're noticing it doesn't match up with what you're observing. Okay, it's like what I was telling you earlier about like gay, straight stuff. It's like, well, gay people are bad. Is that true? I mean, I've met a lot of gay people that seem like really nice people and they do a lot of good things for the world. So then is it really true that gay people are bad, or is that just some belief system that someone handed down to me that is not true? Okay, so you're having those experiences now. You're starting to see that some of the things you were taught to believe are just not true because you're observing quite the contrary. Okay, wow. I'm feeling like a cool breeze, like a fresh air coming in for you all, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. So if this reading resonated with you, you got something out of it, please make sure to like and comment down below. And if you're feeling this reading and you're feeling also the energy here at this channel, I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And of course, if you really resonate with the practice of energetic exchange, you can check in the description box below. There's a link to donate if you feel called to do so. Of course, you don't have to. And if you want to support the channel in another way, then you can just let the ads play whenever you watch a video on YouTube, okay? And that also supports content creation here for the YouTubers. Now, if you're ready for another reading, you can click this link right up here in the top right corner. It'll take you to another high vibe reading here on this channel. Otherwise, though, my loves, it was such a pleasure to read for you today. And hopefully you are feeling a lot lighter. Some weights have been lifted from your spirit and your soul. And I'm wishing you a very, very happy new moon and solar eclipse celebration. Take care, my loves. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam. What's up, what's up, what's up? So happy to have you here at another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And I just wanted to thank you once again for your support and for continuing to enjoy the readings here on this channel. I really appreciate it. And for those of you that are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I mean, my gosh, this is the big energy that you're coming into this channel with regarding the new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. So welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Sending you a warm aloha. Please let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. So let's get into your reading. What new chapter is beginning in your life here, okay? So here we have Full Moon in Scorpio is the card you were drawn to, and it says it's time to release negativity. Ooh, you know what's so interesting is this card actually came out for, I don't remember if it was a new moon or a full moon reading in April, or earlier in April, I should say. So perhaps you might want to go back and see that reading because it may relate to what's happening for you on this new moon solar eclipse as well. Um, what I'm getting for you as relates to this particular reading, though, this particular video, is that there have been negative people in your life, people that have been maybe putting you down, bringing your energy levels down. I'm sensing a lot of like psychic vampire energy here, right? These kinds of people that just drain your energy, but out of loyalty, perhaps you continue to interact with them, invite them out, accept their invitations to hang out, like spend time with them. Um, and I'm sensing that, deep down, you're kind of dread spending time with this person. And it's time to let them go, is what Spirit is saying. It's time to start a new chapter where there's less negativity in your life. And it's time to be free. It's time to really, what I'm sensing from Spirit is it's time for you to be mindful of your energy. Okay? Because these people that are negative around you, they suck your energy and they make you feel tired and fatigued and down and unmotivated, uninspired. And Spirit is like, oh, you gotta watch where your energy is leaking out, and not be around those people because, like, basically, if you're spending time with them, you're consenting to their allowing their negative vibrations to affect you, right? It's like you're welcoming this yucky boo boo, you know? And so Spirit is like, no, time to let that go. Like, let them go. Let them go, be somewhere else in space and time. And you don't need to support them anymore. You don't need to be their battery that recharges them. They need to kind of take responsibility for themselves. That's what I'm getting here. So for some of you, it might not be a person. I'm getting it might be a situation that you're in. Okay. I don't know if it could be related to work. It could be related to like legal matters. Maybe it's related to some type of property that you own that's been a drain on your finances. Yeah, so there's something that's like the negativity that I'm getting is it's like a drain. There's been some type of energetic drain, financial drain, emotional drain in your life, and it's time to let it go. It's time to phase that out, okay? Cut it out. I don't know, have any of you ever watched a Full House? I think it's from the late 80s, early 90s. It was one of those sitcom shows in the US. So that card flipped out for you. Let's do some shuffling here, and then we'll go back to that card, okay? So as I'm shuffling, what I'm already seeing from this card right here is that there is somebody who's like, what I'm seeing is it's somebody in your life that's like, seems like they're always sad or depressed about something. And it's like you have to constantly try to lift them up and make them feel better. And Spirit is like, no, that's not your responsibility anymore. You don't have to do that anymore. Okay? And it's kind of like leave them on their own island, leave them to their own devices. It's time that they stop using other people as a crutch to carry them through life. And it's time that they, start doing for themselves. That's what I'm getting here to kind of support what we were talking about earlier. Interesting. So Spirit is also telling me that one thing that you might want to consider asking yourself is, do I enjoy being a hero? Do I enjoy sacrificing my time, my energy, my wants, my needs for the sake of someone else? And then ask yourself why. Why do you feel the need to be a hero and constantly save or help this person? Why do you feel like you need to sacrifice your time and your energy and your resources to others? Um, yeah, Spirit is saying that's a question that you should ask yourself here. Um, and then see, like, how is it serving you? How is it serving your highest and greatest good? How is it serving your well-being? How is it healthy? Okay. Wow, those are some really deep questions, my love. Wow, 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 wow. What else we got here? Hierophant. Oh my God, I was just talking about this card in another reading. It didn't show up in that reading, but I was talking about it. So, what this card is speaking of is what I'm getting is that someone was telling you this is what good people do. And that doesn't necessarily apply to everyone. So it's almost like saying, like, hey, in order to get into heaven, you have to live this kind of life. These are the rules you must follow, right? And what I'm sensing here is some of those rules, like the interpretation of them, have been skewed, that they're not entirely accurate. Now, this could be like, church is telling you this, could be your parents telling you this, your friends, your spouse, your boss. Like, someone is telling you, like, this is how you're supposed to behave, and it's putting you into this position of being self-sacrificing. And Spirit is like, no, 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 no. That's not how that should have been interpreted or how it should have been intended. Everyone is a divine, sovereign being, full of power, and it's not our responsibility to take care of other people until the end of time, until infinity, right? At some point in time, people need to own their own power and get their mess together. Okay, pick up after themselves. I feel like there's something else to this card that Spirit is wanting to pass on, but I'm not quite seeing it yet. Okay, let me pull more cards. Spirit is saying just pull more cards and it'll come. It'll be clearer. We have the Lovers card here. Okay, so very, very much somebody close to you is what I'm getting. Someone close to you, I'm also sensing someone who's been with you for a very long time. Okay, and that's part of your loyalty to them, is that you've known them for a very, very long time. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible person if I abandon them now or if I leave them now. Like, who's going to take care of them? And Spirit is like, they can take care of themselves. Or perhaps it's time to pass the baton on to someone else to help them out. Like, you shouldn't have to be doing it all yourself anymore. Okay? Yeah. I'm getting called by Spirit to draw like an extra card for you than I did for the other cards. So we'll do that, okay? Oh my God, Lovers again. Lovers again. So it's important that you notice here that there's this embrace, this very intimate embrace, and with this, there's space. Okay, there's space between the two people, and it's almost like they're barely even touching. Okay? And so what I'm getting here is this sort of contrast in the energy dynamics. Like, what type of relationship do you truly desire in your life? Do you want one where there's a bit of distance, where it's like, hey, let me help you with your struggles and let me do for you? Or do you want something that's more, sorry. Spirit is like, no. That's not it. That's not it. Backtrack. Okay. So what Spirit is trying to say here is, with this embrace, there could be this element of codependency here. With this relationship, there is this equal give and take. All right? Both of our hands are nurturing this relationship. We're both contributing to the sustainability and the life of this relationship. Okay? And this, again, is like codependency. So meaning that there's an imbalance in the energies at any point in time. All right? Sometimes people are taking more than they give, and other times they're giving more than they take. All right? And so the energy is off there. Okay? That's what this particular this particular arrangement of the cards mean for this reading. We have the Three of Wands. So yeah, Spirit is saying, like, take a look. What is it that you actually want in your life? Do you want to just keep giving away your energy, for other people's benefits at the sake of you suffering energetically, emotionally, right? And like, what I'm hearing is like bleeding out funds, bleeding out money. So it's like pouring money into something that's not ever going to yield any returns, that's not going to yield any profits. Okay. And I'm not saying like, life is all about making sure you have profits. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, don't put your energy into like a bottomless pit where you are suffering as a result. Okay, that's the big difference here. There's ways in which you can give to people and feel very enriched and feel very nourished by it. But there are ways in which you can give to people where you suffer, where you take the hit. Okay? It's like instead of them suffering, you're suffering. All right? And that's not equal. That's not an equal exchange. Does that make sense now, my loves? All right, so it's time to look at where these energy drainages are in your life and calling in what you actually do want. It's okay to want someone who's going to carry their own weight. I don't know if anybody told you that before, my loves, but it's okay. It's totally okay for you to want people in your life who can fend for themselves, who can provide for themselves. It's totally okay to want that. It's totally okay to want to see profits in investments that you've made. That's okay. It's totally okay to demand a raise when you've been working extra hours, when you've been taking on extra duties at your job. It's okay to want a raise. All right? You don't have to sacrifice like, oh, well, business is slow and we're not hitting all these milestones in our, revenue, and so yeah, I'll just take this crap pay but keep doing more work. No, that's not okay. If you're doing more work, you should be compensated for the work that you're doing equally, fairly. That's not asking for too much. Asking for too much is asking for more money than what you're providing, than the work output that you're getting, okay? That would be too much. But to be fairly compensated for the work that you do, that's not asking for too much at all. That's asking for what's fair. Oh my God, the Lover's card came out again. I've never seen this happen in a reading for this extra card that Spirit was saying to pull out for you. Like 3 Lovers cards in one reading. Dang. And so this deck is very special and I love it because it was created by an LGBTQ plus artist, and it depicts with the Lovers card different types of relationships. And that's one of the reasons why I purchased this deck, and one of the reasons why I continue to love working with this deck. And technically, you're supposed to pull the card out, the Lovers cards out that don't apply to your person you're reading for, but this is a general reading, so I didn't pull any of the cards out. But for this to come out is like insane. And this is the number 6 card here. And so Spirit is telling me that something is coming out in June. That's what Spirit is telling me. So June is the 6th month in, I guess, the Western calendar or whatever. I think Gregorian. Maybe it's Gregorian calendar is what it's officially called. In any case, something big is coming in June for all of you, and it's going to be directly tied to this new moon solar eclipse energy and the themes that are showing up in your life. And so pay extra attention, okay? I'm also hearing for a lot of you, you reap what you sow. So whatever choices you make in, this new moon solar eclipse, which is happening April 30th or May 1st, depending on where you are in the globe. Whatever choices you make in the days surrounding that, you're going to see the results of that choice here in June. All right? So keep that in mind. Wow, that was really interesting and very unexpected. But I guess with these readings, you know, you never really know what's going to come through. But it's time for you to start a new chapter with a lot less burden, a lot less weights that you're going to be that you're carrying around. Stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. Ah, yes, that's important. So when you're breaking energetic ties with someone, don't do it out of anger. Don't do it out of spite or shaming them or guilting them. Do it out of love. Okay, love for yourself, love for them. Okay, let's get some more messages here from Spirit, from your higher self, from your guides, your guardians, your angels. We have creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. So what I'm sensing here is that because you haven't had much time, energy, resources for yourself, because you've been providing for someone else or like your job or whatever, you haven't been able to create things. And so some of the things that you do want to see in your life, they're not coming into reality because there's no energy to go to it. Okay, so think of the goals and the dreams that you've kind of let fall to the wayside because you've been putting your time and energy into this other thing instead. All right, and that's why. Maybe if you've been asking yourself, like, why haven't I found love yet? Why haven't I gotten this promotion yet? Why haven't I been able to go on vacation and take it easy for once? Why do I have to keep doing this and that and that? It's because that's where you're putting your energy, loves. Like, you know, this energy here is all about receiving. Oh, you want to keep giving me money? Oh, you want to keep spending your time and energy on me? Great, I'll just keep receiving it. I'll receive, 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 right? And that's why you're not having your needs met. It's because you're giving so much of your energy to other people. Observation. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. So there you go. Look. Take a look and see who's actually profiting and who's benefiting from your behaviors and your actions. Okay, that's going to give you the clues and that's going to give you the information you need to make different decisions and different choices moving forward. Ah, wow. So a lot of interesting truths that came out for this reading. If this resonated with you, if you really understood what was happening here, make sure to like and comment down below. And you know, usually the energy is a lot lighter here, but when we're dealing with solar eclipse, new moon energy, it can get very deep, very heavy, if you will. So if you're not too worn out by this reading, you can definitely click on another, the link up here to go to another reading. Of course, if you vibe with the channel here, you vibe with the messages, you vibe with the messages coming through, make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you don't miss out on another video. Like I said, usually they tend to have a more uplifting note, but sometimes things gotta get real, okay? Gotta get real. Life isn't always, you know, rainbows and sunshine. Sometimes you gotta go through things to evolve and ascend and reach our highest potential. And of course, I just want to end this here by wishing you all a very wonderful, wonderful new moon and solar eclipse time frame. And I'm wishing you all the best on your journey. And I hope to see you again here soon. Okay, loves, to receive more of these messages. Sending you a big, 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 big old cosmic hug with lots and lots of love. Okay, until next time, my dears. Bye.